just I rate what I see. The single mom with the hype on the street. But sometimes I get mad with my eyes, cause I don't really like what I see. Like when I see a group of guys who act super sad, with no interest in where the future lies. It's so deep like the scuba dive, I get mad cause I've been there.
My Facebook was talking about like something happening in Tottenham, but I was thinking, oh gosh, like what is it this time? It must be something serious. And then I started to hear like helicopter sounds hovering like around my house.
I was supposed to be going out with my friends, and my friend phoned me and said, I'm not coming. I heard there's a police car on fire, and I was like, what are you talking about? I know it's Tottenham, but you see this.
It was on Facebook, you know, it's all kicking off in Tottenham.
I kind of went on my phone and then realised there were pictures being uploaded. This was all before it was even on the news.
I could not believe what I was watching.
I saw pictures of Bruce Grove like burning down, the double-decker bus, the police cars, and people charging around and like smashing shops.
I was shocked. I wanted to go out there and tell someone to do something.
A friend of mine has a restaurant in Bruce Grove, and I actually rang him up that night and asked him, you know, what was going on. He said he barricaded himself inside his restaurant and was worried about, you know, his own safety, but he didn't want to leave it.
I left my house when things were, as they would say, a peaceful protest. And by the time I came back, there was so much chaos going on. I couldn't even come back into my area, so I had to stay with a friend at night.
That's when I think the first time I was like, wow, Tottenham could be scary, because I thought, my gosh, they might burn my car down, they might break into my car, they could break into our flat, anything could happen.
The post office in Bruce Grove got burnt down, and so other businesses, then people's houses.
Literally the whole of the high road was just like ashes. I was just like in shock, as everyone else was in the area, and for the people that got badly affected by it. The
Carpetright building, you know, it's a beautiful old building, and I remember it so well as a kid passing by regularly, and then to know that that place was ablaze was obviously you know, difficult to accept.
And the glee that it brings, but I aim so high cause I can't aim for less, so I just write cause it saves my breath from all this pain and stress. Sometimes I just write the things in my mind cause I often find everything ain't right, and I don't know why, so I let my mind fly like it's alright, and end up in the sky where the stars are bright, so I just write. Sometimes I just write.
The start of the riots was the shooting of Mark Duggan. Now I don't know anything about this man, but it's very rare that someone should be shot in the street.
Being Tottenham and being the way the police and people from Tottenham, how they relate and how their connection or their lack of connection, I can understand how something like a shooting of a person who apparently didn't have a gun would fuel something like this.
Even if this man did pull a gun or whatever the kind of accusations are, people are going to want answers, and that's normal.
I don't think they did it in the proper way. I think obviously they should have done it by going down to the police station, speaking and trying to get answers rather than looting shops and hurting innocent people.
What's happened is that a substantial section of the chavs that you wrote about have become black. The whites have become black. A particular sort of violent, destructive, nihilistic gangster culture has become the fashion.
It was a sad thing to see, but given that I work with young people, I know how young people feel about the police. I know how police treat young people. I know that I work for an organisation that benefits young people that was cut by its local authority. So I'm in a position where I know that there are factors that would contribute to things, the events that happened in August.
Had the health service, for example, or the fire brigade, or the ambulance service, had they been essentially effectively wiped out, what would be the society's reaction to that if in one fell swoop they'd gone? So, you know, why should people expect anything different when youth services are taken away from young people?
Try and politicise all this is absolute nonsense. These are vile people who have had no discipline at home, no discipline at school, and they don't like police officers and they don't like the law.
The government need to be an example to us. How can they tell young people that we are thugs and that stealing is wrong when many MPs are falsely claiming thousands of pounds on expenses? What about the bankers who looted billions from the economy and have trapped us in a debt cycle? How about the police commissioner who was accused of bribery and corruption. The government forgets about them, but when it comes to the youth, it's zero tolerance. There is one solution to move forward. The government needs to step up and wake up.
The vast majority of young people were not involved and were just as sickened by what was happening to their community as anybody else.
Young people don't have places to go. That's why they end up on the road. I think we need more facilities for them, youth centers, where they can stay and spend their spare time.
In times of recession, these things happen. They always do. They happened in the 80s, the Broadwater riots.
The town I used to try to talk like the best, I thought it was blessed, but that ain't concerning me now. Sometimes I just write the things in my mind, cause I often find everything you write, and I don't know why. So no laughing, look, forget bars, I don't know what it's all about. Thoughts falling out, Hulk Hogan's here. They say the flow's so cold like a polar bear, but forget that, I don't think I'm flying no jetpack. Except that, I got my feet firm on the ground. I ain't got heads turning around, and my words ain't the word of the town.
Now they're gonna have to like fork out lots of money to like fix the things that don't even need to be fixed now because people did stuff to the riots. I think that kind of gives people like no right to complain if you've also like helped to create more of a problem.
I was angry. It really was.
I mean, small little changes we've seen, but it looks like it's going to take quite a while for things to pick up again.
For all of its bad reputation, I think Tottenham has an excellent record of being accepting of each other's cultures and understanding of the needs of those cultures without any conflict. It's
just like living like next door to like people from like different places, and it kind of like people can come together in a sort of sense.
I like the fact that there's so many different cultures within my one area, within my one building, my block. I like the fact that I can go down the road and get hair products for hair when I need to. I like the fact that I can go and get African foods.
It's actually got so many different communities from so many different parts of the world that it's a real blend.
When I see a group of guys who act super sad, with no interest in where the future lies, it's so deep.
There is no denial that there was a breakdown of public order. For 5 days, communities across the country were in fear and rioters were in control. 5 people lost their lives and hundreds were physically, mentally and emotionally scarred.
The I Love campaigns that followed demonstrated passion and unity across London that had been missing from communities for a long while.
People came together, motivated to show that the behaviour of the minority did not reflect that of the majority.
Sometimes I just write the things on my mind, cause I often find everything you write, and I don't know why, so I let my mind fly like it's alright, and end up in the sky where the stars are bright, so I just write. Sometimes I just write, sometimes I just write. I let my pen flow, cause I got thoughts only my pen knows. And I got taught I need to let go of the things that are bringing me down. I'm thinking aloud, so real, it's not pretend, no. And my thoughts, I'm reading them in. There's times in life I've been feeling to quit, it's as real as it is.